my favorite week of the year, Shark Week. I have to say it like that. And if you've been watching, you know that there's incredible new technology to help us get closer to the sharks.
Sometimes a little too close. Take a look at this.
Paddling has not only brought in multiple sharks, it's also attracted a 14-foot female that's stalking Parthenope and moving into bite range.
Okay, come here, Joe, at 5, 4 now.
Here with more on those innovations are the two-man team of shark expert Jeff Kerr and skipper/diver Dickie Chivel. Welcome, guys.
Come out, guys.
Good to be here.
First off, oh my gosh, you didn't get eaten then?
No, I'm here.
Wow.
You know what was interesting about that? We put the decoy out without Dickie on it, and the sharks were attacking it, tearing it to pieces. And once he got on there, they kind of backed off like they knew he was on there. They couldn't really see him, but they could kind of tell somehow.
You're lucky.
And that was the most interesting part for me of the whole thing that we learned there. We had a mission to find Colossus, but we didn't end up finding the shark. But seeing that when I was on top of it, the shark was still curious, but they didn't bite it. But as soon as I got off it, they ended up biting it again, and that was very interesting.
Well, I would imagine that's probably not the craziest situation you've been in. You've done how many times would you say you've filmed or been diving with sharks?
Well, I've been doing it since I was very small. I'm lucky enough to work with sharks in a place called Dyer Island, Gansbaai, South Africa. So I've been doing it since I've been very small, and I've had a lot of opportunity to do crazier stuff than that, but that was definitely way up there, way up there.
That's really intense. You're on like a shark decoy that's normally getting bitten up, but you just managed to luck out. Guys, this is the 27th year of Shark Week.
Woo!
Oh my gosh. It is the longest running cable programming event of its kind. What do you think that has to say about people's interest in sharks?
I think it's really cool that Shark Week has kind of given a voice to sharks, because a couple of generations ago, nobody cared. And you know, the only good shark was a dead shark. People would catch sharks, hang them up in the dock, and you just can't do that anymore. People love sharks. They want to see them protected. They want to learn about them, and kids are fanatical about sharks, and that's really what we want to reach.
And
we want to reach the kids, and you guys too.
Kids of all ages.
This week you guys are showcasing, like we mentioned, a lot of the new technology, like the fin cam and the shark cam, which is quite terrifying. It's exactly what you, in my opinion, would imagine a shark attack would be. This gives you the look from the attack underneath. So where do you guys get the idea? Who sits around and says, let's make this device and see how that works?
That's kind of me, I guess, when we're out there. You know, you spend a lot of time in the boat, the weather's bad, you're killing time, and you think, what if we tried, you know, this, or what if we tried this? And you've run some clips of me on this thing called the seal sled, which is this little metal sort of raft that we pulled behind the boat. And the idea was we wanted to bring Colossus up from the deep, and I towed a decoy behind me. And anyway, out of the blue, Colossus came flying up out of the water, flew over the top of me. I looked up and saw this big white belly of a 3,000-pound shark. Unforgettable. So
Didn't you wait out there for hours and hours?
90 minutes it took, and it seemed like forever, because I didn't know where he was going to come up. He just, bam, you know, flew out of the water.
That is an intense shot right there. Something I want to ask about is sometimes in Shark Week, some of the programming really makes the sharks out to be like bloodthirsty, people-hunting machines, and that's not really the truth about sharks. Can you tell us a little bit about, like, because I know sometimes it gets hyped up, the cuts are sped up a little bit to make them look a little more aggressive, but sharks aren't really out to get people. It just kind of happens.
Definitely not, definitely not. But a lot of Shark Week is also shark education. I mean, so you get good stuff and you get bad stuff, but it's all for the greater
awareness.
Awareness, basically.
Sharks,
that's exactly the word I'm looking for. It's creating awareness about shark where there used to be no awareness about shark. And the more people know about sharks, the more people can have a voice, make a difference in order to conserve sharks. And I mean, just because one show is not necessarily putting sharks in a good light, which isn't obviously not always that good, it's not going to make people hate sharks all over again.
At least they're talking about sharks.
Right.
That's the important
Sharks are the topic.
I think we're all learning so much, but there's still so much more to learn and so much we don't know about these guys. What would you say, to you guys personally, what are you most eager to figure out next or to learn?
I think some of the biggest breakthroughs that have been made recently are tracking the migrations of these sharks and trying to figure out, you know, where they're going. And satellite technology has allowed us to follow them into these places we never even knew they went. For example, we created this WASP craft, which is a sort of a one-man walking cage that can allow you to walk on the seafloor and to explore where these sharks are going. And so satellite technology led us to this area, and then we can go down with the WASP and check out the sharks up
That's
close
the
and
WASP?
personal. That's the WASP.
That looks like a cage of terror.
I know.
Like,
Well, Tanner, you've
looks like
actually
the
I was, yeah.
you swam with sharks before.
I have swam with sharks. I've swam to the cage, and there have been lots of sharks there. But that looks like a much more up close and personal experience.
You
guys,
notice the color? It's yellow, just like Kristen's dress.
Oh no!
So it's,
Yum, yum, yellow.
Yum.
maybe you can go shark diving in that. Thank you guys so much for coming out.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Be sure to check out Shark Week now through Sunday on the Discovery Channel. Tonight, there's Sharkageddon and I Escaped Jaws 2. And if that isn't the coolest thing you've ever heard, then you're dead inside.
Next up, Kendall Jenner is denying allegations, and Celine Dion cancels her tour. The close-up is next when we come back on Hollywood Today Live.
Woo-hoo!